Welcome to the Footy Show here on Patreon, joined by Andy. Ted is behind the camera eating a pot noodle. There you go.
Not a pot noodle. It's a Lloyd Grossman pasta Italia creamy chicken pesto.
Just admit it's pot noodle.
Pot noodle. As I said before he corrected me, let's get into it.
It's a king pot noodle.
You know what he's like. Starts in Spain, where one of the greatest players ever to have kicked the football in the history of life.
The deity, as I like to call him, Lionel Messi.
You can call him what you want.
He's the greatest footballer I've ever seen. Yeah. But yeah.
Scored his 52nd hat-trick of his career.
Some players haven't scored 52 goals.
I mean, Pele probably scored 152 hat-tricks, really.
Well, if you count heads and Vols goals, and then you count in, like, shooting, you probably got there close, yeah.
So there you go. But just an incredible footballer, isn't he? You know, continuing to do it.
Beat Celta Vigo 4-1 at the weekend, didn't he?
Hat-trick in 25 minutes.
And then Sergio Busquets chimed in with a goal himself, the rare treasure that he is.
I mean, Celta Vigo equalised in the game. Messi scored a penalty on 23 minutes. Olaza equalised on 42, and then Messi for injury time at the end of the first half.
He's still got him.
I mean, listen, he's fantastic, isn't he? Me and Pedro were speaking about Barcelona last week and Valverde being under pressure and things not quite working the way they want it to.
Weird club, Barcelona. Like, if you look at them from the outside, and they've got everything to be successful, and they've got the greatest player of a generation, you know, Ronaldo or not, whatever you want to say, but they just don't seem to be able to supply him with the players around them. And then, you know, there's actually a big data conference going on about Barcelona at the moment, and I'd be surprised if they use data, to be honest with you, because they sign players who just don't, like, I love Ousmane Dembele, but he's not a player who plays in the Barcelona sort of way. Frankie de Jong is, because he came from Ajax, which is very similar, but that's the problem. And I think the managers also has to be a Barcelona, that's to have the identity of a Barca player, like, you know, Pep Guardiola, of course, Frank Rijkaard, you know, before him, Johan Cruyff. And I think that's what makes Barcelona Barcelona. It's maybe similar to Everton, if you want to go like that. We've never won a trophy belts.
Well, we invented them. One of our fans invented them, didn't he?
There you go. And I think that's the, what, you know, they'll win the league again this year. I've got no doubt. But, you know, Real Madrid have been quite good at getting now to grips with having a new side. But I think, you know, Real Madrid won 4-0 on the weekend against Eibar, didn't they?
He did, yeah.
You know,
4-0 victory. Karim Benzema with 2, Sergio Ramos with a penalty again, and Valverde.
Karim Benzema proving he doesn't like to pass anymore. Well, you don't have Ronaldo, but he's a great player. And I think Hazard's starting to hit a bit of form now.
He's. Ped was saying last week he said, or someone had criticised him and said he's overweight.
He came in overweight at the start of the season,
but he's now looking like he's a bit sleeker, and he's fat. You know, probably the weight of the fee and who he's playing for sometimes affects players. And a different league and a different thing at Chelsea. He was used to the Premier League. He was used to everything going through him. And now, obviously, going to Real Madrid, it's a little bit different. I mean, Benzema and Ramos, both with penalties, within 10 minutes of each other. But, you know, Real Madrid won last week in the Champions League. Rodrigo got youngest player, or second youngest player, to get a hat-trick in the Champions League. He looks a real talent, doesn't he?
Yeah, they signed him from Santos, same club that Neymar came from. He's a fantastic player, and they also got Vinicius Junior, who's also. So what Real Madrid did is they bought a lot of big, high-priced young players who you know they're going to develop. And obviously this summer they went out and splurged on some more Galacticos, as they like to call them. But yeah, he is an exceptional player, Rodrigo. Just give him, and they've got players in front of him, so he will get time. But you've got Hazard, you've got Bale still, you've got Benzema, even Luka Jovic, who's a really fantastic young striker. He's not getting really games for Real Madrid at the moment, so they'll be strong in a year or two, I guess. Again, by once these players start coming to the prime. So
well, on the bench at the weekend they had Toni Kroos, Diaz, Isco, Vinicius Junior, Rodrigo, Militao. So it's not a bad bench.
Any spares?
You know, exactly. It's not a bad bench. I mean, the likes of Valverde, Vasquez in there as well.
Valverde's a really good midfielder.
You know, they're a good side, the top of the league with Barcelona.
It's between like 7th, I think, or 6th or 7th. And
I mean,
because they haven't played the Classico yet.
Barca have got 25, Real Madrid with 25 points. And then you can go down to 5th. There's 2 points between.
Sevilla have got a decent start to the season under Julian Lopetegui. They signed a lot of players in the summer under Monchi because he's back there now. Yeah. But Luis Ocampos, who Everton was linked with, has been really good.
Scored against Everton, didn't he?
He's been really good, yeah. So, yeah, there's a bit of transition, I suppose. Barcelona is still strong, Real Madrid, but the Atletico Madrid won again. Won 3-1 at the weekend. Alvaro Morata got a scoring boots on.
He's flying in that 4 or 5 on the run.
The issue with Morata was always, right, he gets in the, he's always in the right positions. He's such a clever striker. It's just that he misses. He sometimes misses. And in England, obviously, the pressure's on. But
do you just think he wasn't suited to English football?
No, I don't think he was. I think Italian and Spanish football's really suited to him.
Because he was brilliant for Juve, wasn't he?
Came into Chelsea, if you think about it, and scored about 6 or 7 his first. So, but then it's just. But I think he's a really good striker. But in them leagues, he sort of stands out because that's more of a tactical game, and he does really well. But yeah, I think he suits Simeone's style of play as well, because he's got Kieran Trippier and Renan Lodi, the Brazilian left back, who really good crosses the ball, so it suits having him in the middle.
Yeah, he's good in the air, isn't he? Valencia won 2-0 against Granada. Torres and Was with the goal. They're on 24 points as well. No, they're not. They're on 20 rather. So we've got Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, you said, Sevilla and Real Sociedad, who
I've got a fantastic young side, yeah.
They're doing well, aren't they? They've started the season, like you say, they're just 2 points off the top at the moment.
Prodigy Martin Odegaard runs them basically.
What a player.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
He was berserkly, I suppose, linked with Everton.
Yeah, he was writ off about 18 months ago, and then he went to Holland, and he got some of it. He played for Vitesse. No, he didn't play for Vitesse. He played for, who did he play for? Anyway, but he really reinvigorated his career, and then Real Madrid decided that they weren't going to bring him back this season and send him to Real Sociedad. They also signed Alexander Isak in the summer, who was available to a lot of clubs in England. They decided not to take him.
Another one, he chose Dortmund over Everton a few years ago.
6'3", lightning quick. He's
Swedish, isn't he?
Yep, the new Zlatan, as they called him at the time. They've got Mikel Oyarzabal, who's probably going to be going to Manchester City in the near future. He's a goal-scoring winger. They've got some good players, and the Guevara. They got Mikel Merino, who used to play for Newcastle. Rafa Benitez criminally wasted.
He scored at the weekend. He was the one who scored the goal.
I really liked him when he was here. Just they never got a chance, but
he put them ahead.
It's a tight league. Unfortunately, Granada, they were quite like the fairy tale in the early part of the season. I think they dropped down to 7th or 8th. Now they've sort of trailed off now, but they're still in amongst it as well. So it's quite an interesting league this year.
Listen, the 4 points off there, Granada.
Yeah. Keep it going, yeah.
Sociedad 1-1 at the weekend. They're 2 points off the top. Now you've got Atletico Bilbao, Getafe, Granada, Valencia. It's quite tight, actually. It's a bit like the Premier League.
It is, yeah. I think everyone's played 13, bar that's obviously the top two. Of course,
there's 3 points between 6th place Atletico Bilbao and 13th place Valladolid. Yeah. So
owned by Ronaldo.
Valladolid were beaten at the weekend 3-0. Sandro was sub. Come on a half time, but didn't make any impact.
Make your moves.
So yeah, so obviously, like you say, Messi, unbelievable footballer, and 52 hat-tricks can't be scoffed at, can it?
No, he's the greatest player of my generation. For me, the greatest player of my generation. Ronaldo's not far behind, but I do distinguish between the two. And at Barcelona, they have a job replacing them, aren't they?
I was going to say, is the worry for them, just before we move on, that he's obviously 32 now, isn't he? So he's getting on. I know they've just said he's staying for 5 more years.
He'll end up being centre midfield.
So he's just going to pick people.
Probably the best passer of the ball in the world as well.
Well, he'll just, I imagine he'll play almost that.
And he has to rule maybe.
10 or so, I think, and just stand around. He'll
have Frankie de Jong behind
him.
He'll
go full Gylfi for Everton. He'll just stand in a crop circle.
Probably
he'll be able to pick it up, pick people off only. But what a player, what a player. On to Germany. It was a big weekend in Germany, given that Bayern were playing Borussia Dortmund. And Bayern sacked the manager last week,
Niko
Kovac, after a 5-1 defeat at Frankfurt, didn't he? They got rid of him. And they had a Champions League win in the week, 2-0.
A bit workman-like, but yeah.
Won the game. And then they played Dortmund at the weekend and beat them 4-0. So, in theory, it's better to just not have a manager.
For Bayern, it is a lot of it. It's the players. It is because the issue with Niko Kovac at the time was that he criticised the players, which at Bayern, since they've all got so much power, was a massive no-no. And what the players wanted is that this has been the problem: is they miss that level of game plan and training that Pep Guardiola provided. And if the manager's not up to that standard, Ancelotti now Niko Kovac, they've sort of run him out of the club, and maybe not having a manager is probably best for them, in the sense that they need to find the next manager being someone who can, inspire these players. Because let's be honest, even in that league, half speed, they're still the best team in the league.
I know a fella who would do a cracking job there.
Don't say Roberto Martinez.
No, he would do an absolutely brilliant job from the country. Probably getting a little bit bored now with this challenge over here. I think it all roads.
Yeah,
all roads point to big Yergi making his way back to Germany.
I think they'd like him. I think that and the German national job are the two jobs he covered. So
I think he's going in the summer. That's what I'm believing.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I've
Fingers
got no
crossed.
evidence and no indication that will ever happen. But although he did say he's unlikely to sign a new deal at Liverpool when the deal ends.
I wouldn't
He's got 2
surprise him.
years left, hasn't he?
What's the point?
And
It's
I think
boring,
he
innit?
wants a break. I think he just wants a break in
Sick
general.
tired of fist pumping. It's boring.
But he could come back over to Germany and just chill.
Yeah.
Play at half speed, win the league. But for Dortmund, Bayern beat them 5-0 last
They're
season.
in a similar situation, aren't they?
They're they got Lucien Favre, who's obviously a decent manager.
He's a manager that I think is really good. If he was at Eintracht Frankfurt, for example, he'd get them 4th, 5th,
Right,
maybe.
okay, yeah.
He's really good at making teams overachieve. But when it's come to sort of winning things, like Marcelo Bielsa, for example, he just never seems to get the team over the hump. And there's a quality to being a manager of that ilk, but not. You need to get them to don't want to win. I know the model is to sell the best players and to make money back and invest in the squad and then do it again, but. They've got a really good squad. They should be better. They should be, and we'll talk about it.
They played 2 games in the last whatever against Bayern Munich.
Yeah.
They played them in the back end of last season, and were beaten 5-0 when there was not much between the two of them. And then they've played them again here, and again, lost 4-0. And in the space of kind of 6 months, if it's that, you shouldn't be losing those 2 games 9-0
No.
to your rival.
Especially when you're supposed to be the closest team that can beat them.
Yeah, it's just it is utterly berserk. I mean, you're looking at that Dortmund side. You've got
Roman Berkey.
They played Berkey, right?
Hakimi and right back.
Yeah, go on.
That's everything. So you should have a Kanji and Hummels at centre half.
Yeah.
The left back would be Rafael Guerrero. No. Who was it?
Nico Schultz.
Oh, Nico Schultz.
They brought Schultz.
And then your
That's
midfield.
literally my back 5 in PES at the moment.
Literally got a great midfield. Julian Brandt came on. They came on.
Brandt started.
They start, yeah.
Yeah. So we have Witzel, Weigl, Sancho, Brandt, Hazard, and
Sancho's not been as good this season, and Torgan Hazard has nipped the ground running, which is, I think, obviously a consternation because them two are very important players for them. Paco Alcácer can be a goal scorer, but sometimes goes through funny patches not scoring. Last season he was used as a super sub. And, back to Bayern, maybe the manager who they will take is already in the league and he's currently 4 points top of the league, and that's Marco Rose of Borussia Mönchengladbach, who obviously was at Salzburg last season, the season before, did very well in the UEFA Cup, and now at the top of the league by 4 points. He's a very good coach.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing really well. Just before we move on to them, Sancho went off after 36 minutes, so I don't know whether he was injured. Guerrero came on for him. It doesn't say that. I'd only seen the goals, so I hadn't really seen any of this.
Bayern, Kingsley Coman's really, really come on this season. He's a tremendous player, yeah. Fantastic. He's gone up another level.
Look at that Dortmund bench, though.
Oh, they got some good. They got players they never even used.
Zagadou, who's a decent centre back.
He's going to be
He's
a
only
good
young,
centre back,
but he's a good centre back. They've got Thomas Delaney, who's a good centre midfield player. De Hood, who's a decent.
He hardly ever plays. He's only in the side because someone who's injured.
Mahmoud De Hood, but he's sub at the minute. They had Paco Alcácer on the bench. I know that Marco Reus on the bench, and obviously Guerrero came on. Piszczek, the right full back, Bruno Larsen.
Bruno Larsen's a really good player as well.
So they've got good players. They shouldn't, in my opinion, they shouldn't be getting pasted.
Maybe it's time for a change for manager. That's and I'm not. At the end of the day, I think Favre's had them for two seasons now.
Well, this tells that Bayern had 59.8% possession. Maybe you'd expect that at the Allianz.
Game,
18 shots to 2.
Yeah, Dortmund have played better than years past against them. Yeah,
to me that's shocking result, shocking performance. And I know he was under pressure anyway, Favre, before they've had a couple of good results, but I don't see him lasting much. But again, the flip side of that is who you bring in.
Mid-season's very difficult.
He could get someone like Wenger, but would he go there?
I don't know.
Would he suit them, in your opinion? I think he would,
I think they've already got. I think at the point they're already past them, Arsenal, because they're already set up like a club like that. Whereas Arsene Wenger, if you bring in, you want him to set things up, don't you? Because that's what he's good at. He's got a job at FIFA.
But he's got to talk about that in a bit. Elsewhere in the league, Red Bull Leipzig won 4-2 at Hertha Berlin. Thomas Werner with a couple there. Timo Werner. I was just looking to see Lookman not getting any minutes again.
I know you're tickling that.
At the weekend. FC Union Berlin won 3-2 at Mainz. Schalke 3, Dusseldorf 3. Watched a little bit of this with John Joe playing, but 3-3. What a game that was. They're doing all right, Schalke, aren't they? They started the season
They've
not
got some
bad.
good young players.
Had a couple of disappointing results the last couple of weeks.
I would say they're not going to be a top 6 side because there's better teams than them, but they're getting back on that footing. And David Wagner, whatever people think of me, I know Everton fans don't particularly like him because he used to hand 6 points over to Jürgen every season. But you look at that first season, they were in a good side and he kept them up. In the second season, the talent gap was just too much to make up. They were really that's like a mid-table championship side that were playing in the Premier League.
It is poor, but I still think as a manager you have to do a little bit better. The problem with them was, I think for people like that with no money, you have to come up with other answers. So you have to look and go, like, we can't compete. We can't go out and buy, like Fulham spent 100 million. You're never going to be able to compete with that. Make yourself difficult to beat them. Make yourself tough. And
they signed some good players, to be fair.
I don't know, but
Adam Moy.
Although Billings a good player, isn't he?
They've got Carl and Grant who scored.
But then the strikers.
Well, I think Carl and Grant's actually be back in the Premiership soon. They signed him in January last season. He's a good player, but they didn't have a striker while he was up.
Doesn't have goals though, does he?
Who?
Grant.
He scored 9 this season.
No, in the Premier League.
No, he scored 3 or 4 last season.
I watched them when Spurs beat them, and he's quick, but he's got no composure whatsoever. No, he hasn't. No. Just in my opinion.
Let's wait to see.
At Premier League level,
it's a different level.
Look at Shea Adams. Got 24 goals last season.
Yeah.
He's absolute garbage in the Premier League, and he's 21 or 22. And there was some Evertonians in the summer who were clamouring for him and calling Tammy Abraham crap.
They're also saying that Tom was better than Tammy Abraham.
Exactly, and one's bouncing goals in left, right, and centre, and it's not Shea Adams.
But who plays in the better team, though?
There you go. Yeah, but it's still.
You are right as well. There is levels to it, but sometimes I think
Tammy Abraham has scored 60 goals in 3 seasons. By the way, I know 2 in Championship.
Even so, though, yeah.
But then
I love Tammy Abraham. I wanted Everton to get him when Wolves were interested in January.
Yeah.
He's a great sign because he's a goal scorer.
Potential as well, isn't he? He's 21. So, I mean, whether he'll still be at Chelsea long term once their band's lifted, it depends if
how well he plays.
Sees, but he's one to look out for. But back to Germany, Mönchengladbach 3-1, like you mentioned.
Thuram
against Werder. They are doing really well, aren't they? Herman with a couple of goals there.
You've got some good players. They signed Thuram in the summer.
Yeah, he scores every. He didn't score the weekend, but he scores.
Out of like 20 shots, he's had like 16 on target. That's unsustainable. So that'll come up. But he is a really good player last season. He was at Guingamp in France, and you could see that he was well above their level. Yeah, and then
he had an assist at the weekend.
Yeah, Dennis, he's got 5 goals, 5 assists this season. Yeah. They've got Dennis Zakaria, who Everton have looked at in the past, and they decided that Gbamin was a better player. Yeah. He's come on this season under Marco Rose and Rennie Maric. They've got really good players.
How old is Zakaria? Let me look.
He's 22, I think.
Is he 20? That doesn't say that. Yeah, I know he's only young, isn't he?
So he's a good, I think he's 21.
He's got 2 goals.
Yeah, he's a good player. So they have got a good young squad. They've got a same player.
You know what, though? Sorry to interrupt. Just very quickly with Everton is that it's good the fact that they went and bought Gbamin though, because that shows you that we're looking at this league as well. And this league, players can't take time to settle. Naby Keita was very good in this league and hasn't been so good. He's done okay, but he was the second coming when he bought him, wasn't he? And he's been here 18 months and I still don't know if he's decent.
He's getting injured, doesn't he?
Well, that's the thing, but the league's so tough. But I think it's always good when I think from our perspective, it's good that we've got Marcel Brands because he will look at these leagues. Whereas I think beforehand, this league was closed to Everton.
Well,
Germany
it was
if
you think about it, it's mostly the Premier League we bought from under Koeman, So.
Interesting, but they're doing, like you say, absolutely.
Freiburg are doing great under Christian Streich as well. They're 4th in the league. They beat Adi Hutter's Eintracht Frankfurt 1-0 at the weekend. Yeah, Big Adi.
Big Adi there.
Well, David Ailey got some. Who was sent off in the first half?
They had Fernandes sent off in injury time, first half injury time, and then Peterson scored on 77. And then Abraham was sent off for 96.
An absolute clothesline on Christian Streich, which caused a bit of a brawl on the pitch.
I mean, it's bizarre. What's he doing after the manager for?
I've got no idea.
It's absolutely bizarre. And then Grifo was sent off for Freiburg in 90+10. So quite a lively game. Yeah.
Freiburg went great this season. Christian Streich really got them playing well. And we'll see how they get on the rest of the season. But they've took another step up,
So at the top, we've got Mönchengladbach 25 points from 11 games, Leipzig 21 points from 11, Munich 21 points from 11, Freiburg 21 points from 11, outstanding. And then Hoffenheim 20.
Yeah, they've been good under Alfred Schroeder. He was the assistant manager last season at Ajax.
Yeah.
And they're not going to be as good as they were under Nagelsmann, but they're taking along nicely.
Yeah. Well, we've got, where are we? Leipzig 21 points and 9th place 10th place Wolfsburg on 17.
Yes,
so
tight,
4 again.
Every league's tight.
It is weird, isn't it? Every league has got that little...
Except the Premier League, you know, when you've got performance.
But even if you take out... What I mean with that is if you take the top 4 out, which is berserk, but then from 5th down, as a league, it's all very, very tight.
Spurs in a relegation battle.
Yeah, well, they are as much as they're in a race for Europe or whatever. Over to Italy, Juventus won 1-0 against AC at the weekend. Steve Kelly will be watching this. No, Steve Kelly, sorry, will definitely be watching this. Went in our WhatsApp group and said, sorry, I can't see him lasting very long. Ronaldo's been taken off for Dybala. Sure enough, Paulo Dybala scores 10 minutes later. No, but I mean...
That's football for you.
You know, he took his goal well. Good result. Milan, who were in, I wouldn't say free fall, but they're struggling.
They're
in the bottom half of the table.
They had one manager at the start of the season
like
and changed them. Yeah, they're all over the place.
With the money. They're 14th at the moment, Milan. But Juve, at the top with 32 points.
Into Milan, Antonio Conte, riding Lukaku and Lautaro Martinez's coattails.
He's Martinez. I mean, Rom's been very good, don't get me wrong.
Martinez is super.
But Martinez...
I think Barcelona see him as a possible Suarez replacement.
Really?
He's that good, yeah.
How old's he?
Yeah, 21 or 2.
He's another young one, isn't he? He's got 3 and 4 in the Champions League. He's got 5 and 4 for Argentina. He's the fella Everton looked at in the summer. Everton were linked with. Argentinian.
No, that's Adolfo Gaich.
No. Martinez was another one. Everton were looking at. Seriously.
Lautaro from Inter.
Yeah.
We never would have got him.
No, but he's one who I know that they were looking at. But
God, we wish.
Well, no, but that's it. You know what though? That again says to me though that's right. That we're looking at these. You might be able to get him.
No,
but if he's on your radar.
Well, he wasn't playing that much last season.
No, well, that was the thing.
So into it before the.
I think he wanted him and Keane, which would have been a bit mad because they're both young strikers.
And neither one of them are the classic 9.
Exactly. But he's got 5 and 10 in Serie A and 5 and 4 for Argentina.
The big surprise in Serie A is Calgary, really, this season. Which I don't like praising Calgary because the fans are weirdos, but...
Yeah, they are.
But they got Raj Nainggolan's gone back there and absolutely...
What a player.
Yeah, been fantastic for them.
Well,
it's Roberto Martinez as well, funny enough.
Good lad. They beat Fiorentina 5-2 at home. Rog, Piscane, Simeone.
Yeah, Giovanni Simeone went there, yeah.
João Pedro and Nainggolan scored, yeah. They were 5-0 up. 2 late goals from Vlahovic.
They lost a lot of good players in the summer. They lost Barella to Inter Milan, Nicola Barella. They lost Cragno, the goalkeeper, and Robin Olsen's in goal now, who was horrible at Roma last season, but he's been fantastic for them. So they've got a good side, you know. But
doing very, very well as well. Parma beat Roma 2-0.
To Bobby English play.
Cornelius scored.
Yeah, he's scored.
Big dog.
I think he's got more than Ronaldo this season.
Did he play?
Bobby English, which is Roberto Inglese, of course. He plays for Parma, I think, up front.
Inglese, no.
Bobby English now.
Was he on the bench? Can't find him.
Shaking his head.
Can't find him. Bobby English, classic. Givino's the captain now for Parma, so
yes,
there you go. But yeah, they beat Paulo Fonseca's side 2-0. Lazio, who, let's be honest, must be crap because they were beaten at home by Celtic.
I actually like Lazio, to be fair, but yeah.
How do you lose at home to Celtic?
Joaquin Correa and it's Ciro Immobile are the 2 best players, and they've been very good this season. Ciro Immobile is, I think, top scorer in the league. He's got 11 and 12. He scored a penalty at the weekend. Correa got a brace. He couldn't score or catch a cold outside of Italy at Sevilla or Dortmund, but he's so good in Italy because the league suits him. Well, and that doesn't mean you're a bad player, it just means that you're not suited to other leagues.
But that's the thing, though, isn't it?
Aldrup, for example.
There's loads. Like who?
Pek Aldrup.
Yeah, but
great in Italy because he was slow but very smart defender. Yeah. He just got mauled. That's just happens.
Correa's got 6 and 10 in Serie A. Look how much Immobile has got.
Funny enough, he is quite immobile.
He is. He's got 14 and 11.
Oh, he has. Right, there you go.
14 and 11.
Exactly.
He was good at Dortmund, though, wasn't he?
No, he wasn't.
No, as a striker, he didn't score a lot of goals.
That's the problem, though, there. You've got to score goals.
No, but as his mate,
he's a big frame.
His hold-up play was fantastic.
He's a very good player. It's just that Lazio, he's found like a real home. And they play Correa off him, and it really works. They play 2 wing-backs as well. They were not that good, actually, but it works. It's like Simone Inzaghi. Obviously, his brother's, the worst footballer of all time. Who's one of the greats, but yeah.
Great goal scorer.
That's what I was listening to a podcast. There's a great podcast.
As a footballer,
they said they just laughed in training.
It was like that though. And Aldridge.
Was he?
Aldridge was.
He's terrible commentator as well.
Was crap as a footballer, but give him a chance, mate.
As a human,
very rarely. He didn't miss. Just as a footballer, he was basic. Do you know what I mean? But there you go. Italy. So yeah, again, Juve doing brilliantly at the top there, Inter Milan, just a point between those two. And then a gap, more so than the other leagues on. Lazio in third on 24, Cagliari 24, Atalanta. It was weird, Atalanta look boss, and then...
They're one of those teams when they first go in the Champions League, they just don't know how to play in Europe.
Yeah.
It takes like Man City like
Everton.
that. Yeah, it takes a while to learn how to play in Europe for whatever reason. They're really good in the Serie A and they scored a lot of goals.
They've only lost 2 in Serie A. They've got 22. Roma have got the same.
Two Van Zapatas, I was injured for them. So
and Napoli, there's a lot going on at Napoli.
They're on strike, aren't they? They want rid of Mertens and Jose Calajon as well, don't they? And it's all getting a bit hairy.
Well, last week, the chairman, the president, wanted them to go. Wanted them to go in a training camp for a week, building up to this game because the results haven't been good. They refused and all went home. And there's stuff about Ancelotti. They played Genoa at home at the weekend, 0-0, which hasn't helped anything. And they lie 7th in the table at the minute. And
Lozano hasn't set the world alight since he went there.
No, he scored last week, didn't he, in Europe?
Yeah. It's tough. This is the problem when players go to certain leagues. It is a really tough league to go to when you're an attacking player who's come from Holland. So his agent sends him to the wrong club, really.
But
I'm not saying I would like them here.
No, but I'm saying that happens, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. A lot of players have gone to Italy and failed terribly. It's a horrible league to play in.
I don't think the agents care. Over to France very briefly. PSG won 2-1.
It's over.
It's done. If you look at that, I mean, if you're just looking at the league table in France, PSG 30 points from 13 games. But they won 10 and lost 3 though.
The Dijon result last week, they looked like they just couldn't be bothered.
That was a bad story that Ped had done last week, the Dijon manager. It was berserk. Marseille second with 22 points. Angers and Saint-Etienne 21 points. And then Lille down in 5th with
Lyon still 14th. It's quite close, that league as well.
It's weird though, isn't it? Because Monaco actually won a game.
Monaco have got Ismail Slimani, who everyone remembers him when Leicester signed him when they won the title. He'd failed miserably, didn't he?
Yeah,
it's like Messi in that league. He's got about 10 assists and 10 goals. It's weird.
Is it because the league is
terrible, yeah. But it produces a lot of players.
It does. I mean, Lyon lost 2-1 to Marseille. Dimitri Payet with a brace. And Moussa Dembele with a goal. He's a player I would have in January. Yeah, Dembele.
Yeah, it costs you about 40 million. He's a really good striker, to be fair.
Without a shadow. Young as well.
It's Niasse.
Niasse.
Quite a simple choice for some.
Tell you what, they'd love Niasse. They would. Leon would love Niasse. The pie with Niasse. What a partnership.
Sure, he'd last long.
I'd love the pie, to be honest.
He's a fantastic
one player who has caught everybody's eye, and I love him, and I wish Everton would be able to get him, is Haaland, who scored his 5th hat-trick.
He's just a monster. He's like 6'2" but lightning.
It's mad, isn't it? Because he's a player who, obviously, in the summer, in one of the youth tournaments, scored 9 goals in a game.
He did, yeah.
He's Alf Inge Haaland's son.
He is. He's born in England.
So, who's he support?
Manchester United.
Is it United?
No, I think it's Leeds, actually. Leeds, funny story, actually, Leeds...
Ped said it's Leeds. I think he should be supporting Man City.
He tried to sign. Leeds were actually in for him before when Salzburg were trying to sign for him. And his agent ended up, and him ended up choosing Salzburg, but Leeds could have had Inge Haaland as the player. But the rumour is he's already agreed to go to Leipzig in the summer.
That's grim if he goes there.
Because it was either that or Manchester United, because he was started off at Molde, and obviously only got a Solskjaer as coach at Molde.
I know United are heavily interested in him.
Very
obviously,
good player.
Everyone will be interested.
They're a great side to watch, Salzburg. They've got the Korean Hang-Won Shan, he's a good player, and they've got who's the other lad, Minamoto, who's a good player. So, they've got really good players. They produce a lot of good players, and so a lot of their players will end up at Leipzig or another top European clubs. Patson Dach is a really good player as well for them.
But this fella is the real deal, isn't he? He's got 7 goals in the Champions League.
I look forward to see. He made the step up. So Norway's a below Austria. He's done well in the Champions League. I want to see him in the top 5 league consistently. I think he's going to be fantastic. Don't be wrong. He's going to be the world's. Him and Jovic are probably going to be the 2 strikers in the future that are fighting out for the top goal scorer in Europe.
Do you think?
I think they're Lewandowski's like sort of heirs in terms of that number 9 who are going to score a lot of goals.
He's got 27 goals in 18 games this season.
Yeah, he's absolutely smashed the league.
For Salzburg.
I think the next player's got like 12. I think that's Shona Wiseman.
Absolutely brilliant. So look out for him, and who knows?
Tremendous.
Everton might buy him. Who knows? But what a player! You mentioned before, Arsene Wenger has been named. He's got a new role with FIFA, which we were all scratching our heads off before.
Some people on this couch may have had a bet on to be the next Real Madrid manager last year, and that bet's still open.
Yeah, you never know. He's basically he's become FIFA's new chief of global football development.
which
Which means
no idea.
No, I don't think anyone does. But I'll read it to you and tell you what it is.
Okay.
He's going to oversee the IFAB coaching programmes and technical analysis at tournaments. Former Arsenal manager Arsene Wenger is returning to the game as FIFA's new chief of global development. The former Arsenal manager accepted FIFA's offer more than 2 months after it was first reported and 1 week after being approached by Bayern Munich. He will oversee the rule-making panel known as the IFAB,
Yeah, the ones who run the VAR thing, aren't they?
coaching programmes and technical analysis of games of FIFA's tournaments. The 70-year-old Frenchman effectively replaces Marco van Basten, who was FIFA technical director until 2018. I very much look forward to taking on this extremely important challenge, not only because I've always been interested in analysing football from a broader perspective, but also because FIFA's mission as World Football governing body is truly global. Wenger has worked as an analyst after leaving Arsenal after 22 seasons.
Funny that he's going to be involved with the IFAB, which obviously oversees referees and the rules and VAR and that. Wenger often said that he didn't see things from the touchline.
It did, so maybe they've got
maybe it'll work
some
out
good
well,
contact
yeah.
lenses.
Maybe, because there used to be tackles in front of him on the bench from Vieira and he used to go, I didn't
To
see
be
it.
fair though, if you think about it, the people who do VAR don't see anything,
Yeah.
and referees don't see things like
Match made in heaven.
handballs
Yeah.
and let the opposition team score 20 seconds later
Even though it's illegal.
in a top game, then see a player a yard offside and just go, nah.
And pull it back the day
he's
before
all
for a
right.
toe offside.
Yeah,
It's
so,
weird, isn't it?
so it sounds like a man.
But you know what, I'm glad Pep thanked them for such a wonderful refereeing
It
performance.
was great, that, wasn't it? He is a tosser, Michael Oliver. So there you go. But a match made in heaven there. This was one that caught my eye before, just because Spurs managed to have some of the weirdest left backs in world football history. They had
Christian Ziege.
Benoit, they had Ziege, who was
Asuikoto.
just because he's weird. They had Benoit Asuikoto, who come out and just said like 3 years before he even left them, I hate footy and I can't wait to finish. I'll never kick
Danny
a ball.
Rose said that.
I'll never kick a ball again once it's finished. I hate it. It's just a job. He said something like, I've never
And then
liked
Harry
it. I
Redknapp
was
signed him for QPR.
and then Redknapp took him to QPR. Now, Danny Rose has come out and said he's going to leave Tottenham at the end of his contract, which is in 18 months, and he won't be going anywhere, no matter what happens before then.
He tried to sell him to Watford in the summer. He wasn't happy, was he?
It's pretty obvious what happened. People upstairs at Tottenham trying to sell me behind my back. I said, I've got 18 months left on my contract, and I'm not going anywhere until my contract is finished. Daniel Levy told me in the summer there was no new contract for me at Tottenham, which is fine. I respect that and we move on. But I'll leave the football club in 18 months' time. People can save their time trying to get stuff ready for January about me being sold, because it's not happening. I know what people were trying to do in the summer. There were no bids, and that was rubbish. Rose's stance creates a further headache for Tottenham, already stand to lose Christian Eriksen, Jan Vertonghen and Toby Alderweireld for free at the end of the season. The 29-year-old says he's got no issue with Mauricio Pochettino, who is under pressure. I'm lucky to have a manager at Tottenham who met from the first day. He's always stuck by me, regardless of the rubbish in the media about me being sold or not. All of that has been nonsense. So he's just decided he's staying put no matter what. He's gone full Umanias, and fair play to him.
Bring back Eric Edmond.
Fair play to them. What else have we got? Raheem Sterling and Joe Gomez. This is a story that I literally, the minute I seen Joe Gomez's name, I didn't even bother looking at the story about it, because I've had enough of them already and it's only November. So basically we've got plastic Mason Holgate and Raheem Sterling.
So yeah, I suppose
So
they
what
were doing the canteen, and I think Joe Gomez came over and sarcastically said hello to Raheem Sterling after they'd had a bit of a tete-a-tete on the field the day before. But supposedly they'd hugged it off, and then Gomez reignited it by saying something, and then Raheem Sterling got him by the throat, and the players thought it was a joke at first, and they had to be separated. And then Gareth Southgate came out and said that he was dropped for the next game, Raheem Sterling. I think it should have been kept within house.
So has he gone home? Or is he still with the
He's
squad?
going to play in the second game. I think it should have been kept in house. But
Yeah.
There's too many leaks in the England squad, isn't there? There's always.
I mean, I think if you're
Same
Sterling,
with Moise Keane, by the way, that should have been kept in house. That's by the by.
if you're Sterling and Gomez, someone like Joe Gomez, say the name to yourself, it's not even spelled properly, Gomez, has goaded you, then I'd just say to Southgate, I ain't playing for you, kids. So yeah, send him home or I'm going. I wouldn't allow a failed Middlesbrough manager to tell me whether I'm playing when I'm one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
For Joe Gomez, who's, like I just said, plastic Holgate.
Plastic
Well, he is. They go on about him like he's Beckenbauer, he's crap.
Yeah, but their kitman's Beckenbauer, isn't it?
Well, yeah, so there you go. Former Premier League player Dixon Etu has been found guilty of...
Dixon Etu?
Dixon Etu has been found guilty of attempting to fix a match in Sweden's top division by an appeals court. The case centred on allegations the 37-year-old, remember him as a kid, jeez, conspired together with another man to offer former teammate Kyriakos Kenny Stamatopoulos money to fix a game between IAK and IFK Gothenburg in spring
Too many syllables there.
2017. Dixon Etu.
Yeah, he was at Man City, wasn't he, for a while?
And Preston.
Yeah.
Another one heavily linked to Everton as a kid. He was a monster when he was a kid.
Midfield, yeah, midfield.
Fixing games in Sweden.
No, I don't think it just happens in Sweden, let's be honest.
No, but I mean, you have to, what can you do? Just more on that story before. David Abraham has been banned for all of Frankfurt's remaining Bundesliga games.
This season?
Until, hang on, this year.
Oh, till winter break.
So he can't.
He did give him a lovely clothesline from hell, like.
He can't be considered until the 2nd of January when they play Mainz. He's the captain, Frankfurt captain. We spoke about it before, and he said injury time 1-0 down. He decided to just give it
because the ball went out to
the manager.
The manager didn't pick the ball, so he just clotheslined.
I mean, there you go.
Maybe
fair play.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the kind of
it's
bastardry that Ped loves.
Yeah,
Ped would have applauded that from one of his striking.
Well, we had Funes Mori kissing the badge when he tried to break someone's leg. That was a bit stupid.
Yeah, he went full on knobhead.
And he's tried to get Villarreal.
People loved him as well, didn't he?
I hated him because we should have got Van Dijk instead, but that's another by the by.
I mean, that's literally the.
Who would you like, Roberto? The player who plays a free role at centre back, or Virgil van Dijk? Tough choice.
It was 11 million or 9.5 million.
Just pay the extra.
Pay the extra 1.5. I don't even think it come down to money. Just he wanted it. The Spanish Super Cup tournament will be played in Saudi Arabia in January 2020. The National Football Association said on Monday the 4-team event features Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and Valencia at the 62,000 capacity King Abdullah Sports
This is all
City
part of
Stadium.
the new Saudi Arabia thing. They've got like a 30-year plan, haven't they, where they bring sport and events. I think they did it with the wrestling, where they paid them like 10 million a year to come over for 2 events, and it's to make them seem more, hip.
Well, the Spanish newspaper ABC has said the Spanish Federation will earn between 29 and 34 million a year to play these games over the next 3 years. The government official and the league have criticised the move. And obviously, the human rights organisation Amnesty International has highlighted the country's abysmal human rights record. But this is another thing moving towards getting games out of the country. Me and Ped were talking about them wanting to play some La Liga games over in December in America.
I think that'll happen in the Premiership. I think one day you'll see the opening weekend or the second weekend.
Do you think?
Being in America, yeah, I do. That's the American sports have started doing it here.
Yeah.
And I think it's
how you do that though, isn't it?
They'll invent tournaments like this.
It's never going to be competitive, though.
Why? That's a
that will be competitive. If you
don't pays you 30 million quid, it'll be competitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
we
can't afford the extra games.
I'm just asking Ped off camera. But what do you think? Like the top 4, say. So like.
Well, not in that country. That's a disgrace. But
no, for here. I mean.
Well, that's what they'll do.
Well, in the top 4, it'd be Manchester United, Arsenal, Liverpool, and then City.
City or something.
They'll use the old big 4 as
I just like to pull them in.
They won't be on league place, let's be honest.
Well, they'll invent a new tournament.
Yeah.
And with money, so it'll be...
The recent winners of Cups tournaments.
Well, it is, isn't it? It's a chance for them to get teams over where they want it, screen
then Liverpool
games.
Start crying because they do that tour of America, don't they? And they can't get all the money for it. They'll be crying that someone else is getting on their land.
They love it. MLS Cup. MLS came to a conclusion on Sunday. Seattle beat Toronto 3-1. Third time, 4 years, those two.
Siggy Schmidt's still the manager of Seattle.
Siggy Schmidt is dead.
Is he?
He's dead.
When did he die?
Well, he left Seattle and went to LA Galaxy and then he died.
I am way behind the times here.
Behind. If you're going to do an MLS show with me,
I don't know the managers of MLS teams. I only look at the players.
There you go.
You sure? If you're out there, check Google.
He died. He was bloody LA Galaxy manager for a bit.
Was it Beckham's LA Galaxy manager?
No.
There we go.
Oh, we might. No, because Thingy Brucerino was, wasn't he?
Okay,
But anyway,
is Prechy still playing up front in the indoor league?
Prechy and Mojo are up front for Sporting
Right,
Kansas
okay.
City.
They say it was current.
Seattle won the game 3-1, and there was a goal for Ped's favourite MLS player, Josie Altidore. Ped thinks he could do Everton a job, Josie. Ped absolutely hates Josie Altidore.
He's absolute
He's argued
terrible.
with so many Americans over him.
But that's the standard, though. Like, for Toronto, they got Pozzolo, who was at...
He's a good player.
He's fantastic. He was at Swansea when Lardrum was there. And he's fantastic in that league. He's got unbelievable goals this season. But yeah, the overall standard of the MLS is up, and I think they've gone much better than Jose Aldo and Jose Altidore.
Yeah, without a shadow. Leodam, I thought he made cheese. Leodam, Rodriguez and Rudiaz put Seattle 3 up. Josie Altidore scored.
Very consistent Seattle, aren't they? In terms of
the weird, I was saying to you before, the weird Seattle, because they're set up as a football city, as a football.
Because they moved the NBA team,
Stadium's fantastic, like proper football crowd, and yet the team are basically average. They have like an average season, and then they just time it perfect.
Cup team, aren't they?
Comes to the blooming playoffs and they're brilliant. Didn't last year they went and won in Columbus when Columbus Crew were flying. They hobbled into the playoffs and ended up winning. And they've tongued these 3-1.
Toronto have been good the last few years.
Toronto have been all right. Again, no, they haven't been great this season. And then I watched them in the first playoff against DC with Rooney playing, and DC scored later, went to extra time, he battered them.
Lucho Acosta, who plays for DC United. He said that Rooney said he's going to take him to Derby. I'd hold on that one.
Well, he was nearly going to PSG.
He's very good.
And he's a very good player.
$4.5 million he wanted for him.
He's a very good player. But they've, like I say, 3-1 Seattle, brilliant, ending the season.
Into Miami CF starting next season, don't they?
That's the big one.
First home game, Galaxy.
Galaxy, they've confirmed it,
yeah.
So that'll be a hell of a game.
Yeah, so they've got a stadium.
And
then they've got the new stadium, which is up in 2022, isn't it?
But that's good, though, that they've got a temporary stadium to go into, because...
They could have used the Dolphins Stadium or something, couldn't they?
You don't like doing that, though, do they? Because it's...
Well, Seattle play the Qualcomm, don't they?
Yeah, but it depends what they're using, though, don't they? They use this 4G pitch, isn't it? What Seattle play with. Yeah. It's like Orlando played in the Citrus Bowl before they got their stadium.
Yeah, Citrus Bowl.
But that was like a rubbish 4G pitch. Well, it probably wasn't 4G. Looked like bloody concrete. A lot of them don't like that. But the worst is New England Revolution play, where the Patriots play.
Yeah,
it's crap. Yeah. It's absolutely crap. But good win for them. And then just wanted to finish with Tyson, not Tyson Fury, getting abused in Shakhtar.
He played Dynamo Kiev, didn't he? Joe's team, by the way.
Joe said it was a cracking game, and he loved the crowd. He thought it was
real enthusiasm shown by the crowd.
The crowd.
No, it's disgusting. And another dark day in football, where Tyson, who's been in Ukraine for 5-6 years now. He's not the one who plays the national team. No, that's Marlos, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they're abusing him. He kicks the ball into the stands. They continue to abuse him. And then he gives the finger and walks off. And he's probably going to be banned now, which is ridiculous.
Well, he is being banned. He's been sent off.
Yeah, because he kicked the ball in the stand.
He's been banned. And he said himself, I'll never shut up in such an inhuman and despicable act. My tears were of indignation, bloody hell, indignation and helplessness that I could do nothing at that moment. We are taught early to be strong and to fight for our rights and equality. Bernard, our player, said, unfortunately, this is a very backward country when it comes to this. Brother, but head on, never stop fighting and do what you do very well, which is playing soccer.
He was supposed to move to Milan last January, and they pulled him out the deal, and he's not happy, obviously, because I think he said he's never going to play for them again, didn't he?
He has now, yeah. He's 31.
I'm trying to think if Taysom was the one who played for Metlas Kharkiv against Everton. I'm sure he was.
That fella?
Yeah, I'm sure he was, yeah.
But it's
that's where he got him from.
I was still at me and Ped had done one last week with Balotelli.
That was ridiculous.
And things like that. And it's like,
I think what the problem is because I think they now get it's these in the social media idiot generation that we've got now. They want to get like they just want to be noticed. They want and they're all peer they're all trying to make the mates laugh, and it's just stupid.
Brescia, Ultras backed the Ultras as well.
Did he?
Said that Balotelli's got to grow up.
Oh, has he got to grow up?
How can you grow up and act like a professional with something?
Grow up and act like a professional. unprofessional.
Italy's backward anyway, so let's be honest.
It is.
That I'm not. It's just that to me is just
It's just gone too far.
absolutely ridiculous.
The reason for not banning teams in Italy is because it's two people. They say it's two people, not the whole crowd. So basically, one day they're going to have to count everyone in the crowd doing it, otherwise they're not going to get banned. It's just no, they probably can't.
That's just
idiots.
disgusting. Absolute nonsense, and it's.
And you know what's going to happen? They're going to have a talent drain from the league, and all the players
Yeah.
start leaving, and you know, it's going to be their own fault, really. You know.
I mean, we've already seen Malcolm being abused when he.
Well, Zenit's a disgusting club anyway.
No, what I'm
you know.
saying, but when he went to Zenit, his first game, he was abusing him, and so much that he's still looking to get out of there, and you're like, I mean, his agent, we said at the time, what the hell is his agent doing? I know
It's a
what he's
backwards
doing.
move, yeah, it's the money, yeah.
The big brown envelope, obviously, but absolutely disgusting. But that's it, we'll leave it there. Big thanks to Andy for...
envelope, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it probably would have been a big white envelope head, yeah, fair play, if we're staying on, you know...
On brand.
On brand, and there you go. There you go. Big thanks to Andy for joining me. Let us know any comments in the comments section. It's yours for your voice. Use it if you want to about any of the stories we have spoken about or any of the stories we've missed. Let us know. We can, if we missed anything, we'll pick it up.
I apologise to Siggy Schmidt's family.
Who are you following?
Siggy Schmidt's family.
Yeah, Siggy Smith's family. Andy, it was an honest mistake.
To be honest with you, do you know I got mixed up because I seen he didn't dedicate the cup to him, so you know what I mean. It's one of those things. I'm just making stories up now.
I know you are. Let's leave it there because you're digging and digging. See you next week.
Funny enough.